God, I hate theater. Well, it's so disappointing, isn't it? You know what I like to do when I'm sitting in a darkened theater waiting for the show to begin? I pray. Oh, dear God, please let it be a good show. And let it be short, too. Oh, Lord in heaven, please. 2 hours is fine and 3 is too much. And keep the actors out of the audience, God. I didn't pay good money to have the fourth wall come crashing down around my ears. I just want a story, a few good songs to take me away, to be entertained. I mean, isn't that the point? Oh, amen. You know, there was a time when people sat in a darkened theater and thought to themselves, what if George and Ira Gershon got for us tonight? Or, can Cole Porter pull it off again? Can you believe it? Now it's, please, Elton John, must we continue the charade? It used to be, people sat in a darkened theater and they knew when the show began, they would be transported to a world of color and music and glamour. And they thought to themselves, my God, when are they going to bring up the lights? Oh, how times have changed. Hello? How are we this evening? I'm feeling a little blue myself. You know, a little anxious for no particular reason. A little sad that I should be feeling anxious at this particular age. A little self-conscious anxiety resulting in a non-specific sadness. A state that I like to call blue. Anyway, whenever I'm feeling this way, blue, I like to listen to my music. So I was going through my records this morning. Yes, records. And I was about to put on one of my favorite shows, Meredith Willson's The Music Man. Ooh, I had a craving for young Ronnie Howard. Oh, but then I said, no, let's have ourselves a treat. Let's disappear into the decadent world of the 1920s where champagne flowed and caviar chilled and all the world was a party. For the wealthy, anyway. So I dug about, and what did I find but one of my favorite shows, Gable and Stein's The Drowsey Chaperone. Remember? Music by Julie Gables, lyrics by Sidney Stein. Well, it's a 2-record set, remastered from the original Broadway recording, with the full cast, including Beatrice Stockwell as the chaperone. Ooh, isn't she elegant? And it's a full 15 years before she became Jane Beatrice Stockwell. Can you believe it? Oh, here, let me read to you what it says on the back. It says, mix-ups, mayhems, and a gay wedding. Of course, the phrase gay wedding has a different meaning now than it did back then. But back then, it just meant fun. And that's what the show is, fun. So, would you let me play the record for you now? Oh, I was hoping you would say yes. You hear that static? I love that sound. To me, it's the sound of a time machine starting up. All right, now, let's visualize. Imagine, if you will. The year is November 1928, and in New York, you've just arrived at the doors of the Morosco Theater. It's very cold. Remember when it used to be cold in November? Not anymore. November's the new August now. It's global warming. We're all doomed. Anyway, it's very cold and a heavy gray sleet is falling from the sky, but you don't care because you're going to see a Broadway show. Listen. Oh, isn't it wonderful? Oh, it helps if you close your eyes. Overtures. Overtures are out of style now. I miss them. It's the show's way of welcoming you. Hello, welcome. The meal will be served shortly, but in the meantime, would you like an appetizer? That's what an overture is, a musical appetizer. A poo-poo platter of tunes, if you will. Ooh, something new. Sounds like a dance tune. Kind of rollicking. Maybe involving pirates. Don't worry, there are no pirates. Now, this is it. The moment where the music starts to build and you know you're only seconds away from being transported. Oh, the curtain's going up. I can't wait.
Underling!
Yes, madam.
How do I look?
You look radiant, Mrs. Tottendale.
Oh, I do love this dress so. It never goes out of style.
It's a miracle, madam.
My dress, my fancy dress. I don't know why I'm wearing it, I must confess. My dress, I love my dress. Would someone tell me why I put it on?
Yes, your dress, your fancy dress. 'Twas such a pleasure airing it, restitching and preparing it. God bless your dress, it's one fine dress, and I will tell you why you put it on. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime. Madam, you're the hostess and it's happy wedding time. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will ding-a-ling and we will ding along. Wedding guests wedding guests are here, wedding guests are at the door and soon they will
I'm Robert, the bridegroom. I'm here to marry Janet, the star of Celtic's Falls, whom I love a lot. I'm George, that's George, the best man, George. I'm honored to be doing what a best man ought. Mrs. Tottendale. Now, there's no need to worry. The key is organization. See, each string represents a task yet to be completed. Pay the musicians, yell at the florist, book the minister. This whole wedding is going to run like clockwork.
Oh, is there gonna be a wedding?
I'm Felchik, producer. I lost my leading lady. I gotta stop this wedding or I'm not worth squat.
I'm Kitty, yes Kitty. I came with Mr. Feltzig. I'll be a leading lady if I get my shot. We're pastry chefs. We cross a heart. We're pastry chefs. No fakery. A bakery is what we've got. Adolfo, my name it is Adolfo. I am the king of romance, so it is a lot. You are the king of romance, so you kiss a lot. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime, wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding time. Someone hasn't come, someone isn't here. Where is Janet Van and when will she appear? I'm Janet Vandergraaf, here to marry Robert Martin, giving up a life of glamour, tie the knot. Am I late? I'm the chaperone of Janet.
in, madam.
A wedding, good thing I brought my own. A wedding, champagne makes me drowsy. It's really happening, truly happening, almost happening. What is happening? I'm Trix, the aviatrix, queen of the sky. I'll circle through the stratus in my modern apparatus. Trix, the aviatrix, I gotta fly. I'll see you when they tie the knots. A wedding today. Ding-a-ling.
Ding-a-ling.
There you have it, folks. All the guests have arrived. We have a bride giving up the stage for love, her debut bridegroom, a hairy producer, juvenile pastry chefs posing, and a flaky crony, a Latin Lothario, and an aviatrix. Not what we call a lesbian. And my favorite character, the Drowsey Chaperone. What more do you need from an evening's entertainment?
Wow, wedding bells will ring, bells will chime. Wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding time. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will ring, and we will sing along.
And we'll ding along. I don't even know what that means. All right, I'll lead you through the record as best I can. Don't worry, it won't be difficult. So, we begin with a toast from the love-struck groom.
Well, I just wanted to say thank you all for coming. Why, I must be some lucky fella. Who would have thought that I, Robert Martin, would be marrying a glamorous showgirl? And that glamorous showgirl would be willing to give up a successful career for me, Robert Martin. Now, if it weren't for Prohibition, I'd say let's raise a glass
Here, here.
to Miss Janet Vandegraff, the most beautiful girl in the entire world. Absolutely not! Excuse me? The groom mustn't see the bride on the day of the wedding. It's bad luck.
Oh, I hope you caught that, because it's the plot. Basically, hang on for the ride.
Breakfast will be served in the Arabian room.
Say, it's a little early in the day to be drinking, isn't it?
I don't understand the question.
Look, just keep Janet away from Robert. You're the chaperone. It's like your only job.
Aye, mon capitan.
Oh, Robert, who's my funny bunny?
I'm your funny bunny. Whoa.
So, with the bride and groom whisked away, we turn our attention to the B plot involving the producer.
Mr. Feltzig.
Getting married and leaving show business.
Mr. Feltzig.
Doesn't she know I got obligations?
Mr. Feltzig, I can be a leading lady. You said it yourself. I'm useless in the chorus.
Kitty, for the last time, you ain't got what it takes.
But I've been taking lessons. Singing, acting, ballet.
Ballet?
Yeah, and I'm pretty good too. Just last week I auditioned for Swanee Lake.
A little annotation. Kitty and Felstick were a couple in real life. Jack and Sadie Alder. It's a familiar comic construct, a stupid woman and her long-suffering companion. Oh, she only appears to be stupid, but she does something in the end that's so incredible it has everyone wondering whether it was all just an act. The irony here? Sadie was actually quite stupid. Jack had to explain the jokes to her, apparently. Oh, but she had an amazing career on stage. At the time, theater was the only place where stupid people could earn a decent living. This was before television, of course.
Kitty, I don't have time for this.
A pedophile, Mr. Feltzig?
Not now.
Perhaps a nice parfiterol.
Boys, I'm not hungry.
Then perhaps we can give you something else to chew on.
Yeah, something that ain't food.
What?
Your confusion is to be expected.
Although we stand here before you in the guise of innocent pastry chefs, we are also, and primarily, employees of a certain individual.
A certain individual.
certain individual.
Who also happens to be the single largest investor in Felix Follies. He has sent us here
As pastry chefs,
to express his concerns of Miss Vandegraff's impending nuptials.
specifically,
That if she gets married and leaves the show, then there ain't no show.
say, don't I know you? No, you don't.
Have
you ever spent any time in Toledo?
Have you ever spent any time in a coma?
No, but I have a cousin in Seattle.
Kitty. Boys, you tell your boss this wedding's never going to happen. You have my word.
Oh, we'll take your word, all right.
But to go back on that word would be a recipe for disaster. Now I hope we made ourselves perfectly clear.
One can only hope.
You must gotta be kidding me.
A trifle much.
Don't talk with me.
All right, you can drop the pastry chef routine.
Alas, we ganache.
We're on the lamb.
Lamb's an entree, you macaroon.
Oh, the Tall brothers were the classic vaudeville duo, John and Peter Tall. They were originally named Abraham and Mendel Mosh-Lopitz, but were renamed at Ellis Island by a sarcastic immigrations officer. Oh, they were your typical Broadway duo, full of stylized movements and wordplay, not very intimidating, unless you find dancers intimidating, which I do, but for reasons that would not be appropriate here.
We'll leave the matter in your hands, Mr. Felton. In the meantime, feel free to browse the dessert carousel.
Yeah, try the Toledo surprise.
It's to die for.
Holy cats, Mr. Feltzig. They're gangsters.
Very perceptive. Now go powder your face. I gotta stop this wedding. But how? Oh, Lord in heaven. How? 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 How?
I always thought that moment was a little overplayed. So, with the plot well in its way, we turn our attention to the groom's room.
Hey there, handsome. Show me them pearly whites.
Ooh, the groom was played by the dashing Percy Hyman. He was the face of Albright toothpaste. His fabulous smile adorned every tube. Albright was hugely popular in the early 1920s because it contained cocaine. It's true. If you looked at the label, it was the fifth ingredient down right after sugar. Anyway, he had a huge matinee auto.
Now, don't you worry. It's perfectly normal to be nervous on your wedding day. It is, yes, of course.
I love Percy Hyman. Now, some people say he was a bad actor. To those people, I say, shut up.
Hey there, Mr. Mirror Man. Shaking and a-quaking, a-trembling like them fraidy cats do. Something big be bothering you. Cold feet, brother, you got cold feet. You can make them cold feet hot with a little rhythm. Young feet, old feet can be uncontrolled feet. Rhythm make them cold feet trot down the aisle. Frosty arches, they can learn to swing. Icy toes can jive. Wedding barges played in ragtime swing make frigid souls come alive and take that dive. Cold feet, small feet, turn them into bold feet. Rhythm make them cold feet hot. Well, Well, why don't you just slime back into your mud hole, you backstabbing worm? I guess I have to find another minister. Say, Robert, what are you up to?
Oh, I'm singing a song an old friend taught me. A remedy for wedding day jitters.
Think you got jitters, you get the easy part. I've still got to get rice, boutonnieres, and a minister.
George, it sounds like you've got cold feet.
What do I got?
Cold feet.
What do I want? Bold feet. What do I do? Scold feet?
No! Make the cold feet hot.
A 5, 6, 7, 8. Cold feet. Cold feet. Turn them into bold feet. Rhythm make that cold feet hot. You make the cold feet hot. You make the cold feet hot. Make the cold feet hot.
I love Percy Hyman. Ooh, he's a wonderful performer. He's still alive, you know. I saw him just the other day, celebrating his 100th birthday. Oh, to say that the passing years had taken their toll on him would be a grotesque understatement. They wheeled him out, and he had that pained, wide-eyed confusion that God reserves for the very, very old on their birthdays. You know, the one that says, "Who are you? Who am I? And why is this cake on fire?" You know. Anyway.
All right. That's enough of that. Dancing around like a
Oh,
fool.
I'm sorry, George. I just can't keep my nerves down. It is my wedding day after all.
You could snapped an ankle or something. Tap dancing is too dangerous. Here, tell you what you ought to do instead. You go out for a skate. That's what I do whenever I want to blow off some steam.
George, what would I do without you?
No! Wait, what was I thinking? You can't go out looking like that. You might see Janet. Here, put on this blindfold.
George, you really think of everything, don't you?
Just looking out for you, my boy. And no more tap dancing. Wedding bells will ring. Wedding bells will chime. Wedding bells will celebrate.
Just ignore it. It'll stop soon. It does this occasionally. It rings. Just ignore it. What? What do you want?
Hello. You've reached my answering machine. Leave a short message after the tone, and I'll call you back at my convenience.
I hate that. It's like a cell phone going off in the theater. Brr. Hello, what are you doing? Oh, I'm at the theater just ruining the moment. How about you? Oh, I couldn't get out tonight, so I just thought I'd ruin the moment by proxy. Sorry. Let's just shake that off. Let's go back in our minds to 1928. I'm sure they didn't have cell phones in 1928. Probably something else for ruining the moment. Bugles or something. So, the scene shifts and we find the lovely Janet Vandergraff lounging by the pool, entertaining questions from reporters.
Yes, Robert and I met on the Lido deck of the Isle de France. He amused me with stories of his father's oil interest. We spooned briefly and then he proposed.
So is it true you won't be returning to the stage ever?
I shan't. I shan't.
Oh, can we quote you on that?
Yes, of course. One more question? Yes.
Why in the world would anyone put olives in a Gibson?
I got a question. How can you give up the footlights when you know very well you got grease paint in your veins?
Victor, please.
Oh, Janet, I'm begging you. Dump the mug. Stay with the Follies. I'll give you anything you want. Oh, fine. I'll put your name above mine on the marquee.
Oh, Victor, if you think this is about vanity, you couldn't be more wrong. I don't want to show off no more. I don't want to sing tunes no more. I don't want to ride moons no more. I don't want to show off. I don't want to wear this no more. Play the saucy Swiss Miss no more. Blow my signature no more. I don't want to show off. Don't try to convince me. I've made up my mind, and that's it. I quit. I'm leaving it all behind. I don't want to be cute no more. Make the gentleman hoot no more. I don't want to wear fruit no more. I don't want to show off. Not me. Pastry. Ah, gee, I don't want to show off. I don't want to show off. Not me. Whee! Holy cat! I don't want to show off. sunshine. I counted to 10, and I'm through. Adieu. You'll never see this. You'll never see this. Never see this. Never see that. Never see these again. I don't want to change keys no more. I don't want to striptease no more. I don't want to say cheese no more. I don't care if you scoff. I don't want to be cheered no more. Praised no more. Grab no more. Touch no more. Love no more. I don't want to show off. We don't want to show off. I don't want to show off. I don't want to show off. I don't want to show off. No more. Did I miss something?
Well, Mr. Feldig, it's painfully obvious that Miss Vandekraft has no desire to continue her life on the stage.
Can't you see? It's killing her soul.
Don't worry, boys. This isn't over yet.
Yeah, I'm surprised she didn't do an encore.
I don't want to encore no more. People shouting for more, no more. Disappear through the floor, no more. I don't want to show.
Oh, that was Jane Roberts as the Oops Girl. Oh, don't you just love her? She was the Oops Girl, remember? Don't you people read? She would go, oops. Well, I'm not doing it quite justice, but people ate it up. She made a whole series. Oops, the Oops Girl, Oops Girl FSC, and Oops Girl Comes Home, which won an Oscar for its special effects.
Okay, begging and groveling didn't work. On to plan B, and for that, I need an accomplice. Someone gullible with loose morals. I need a, what do you call him, a European.
La la la.
In walks Aldolfo, the self-proclaimed ladies' man. You see, Aldolfo was played by the silent film star and world-class alcoholic Roman Bartelli. He was the one who later drank himself to death at his chateau in Nice, remember? Oh, it was 5 days before they found the body. And by that time, he was partially consumed by poodles. Well, he was only partially consumed.
Excuse me, I don't believe we've met.
I am Adolfo.
You are Aldolfo?
Yes, I am Adolfo.
Not the Aldolfo.
Yes, I am Adolfo.
Funny, you don't look like a scoundrel.
Yes. What?
Like, just the other day, I overheard the groom saying Aldolfo is a scoundrel. I just heard him say that.
What? Adolfo is a scoundrel?
Those very words.
Adolfo is a scoundrel?
It's like I'm hearing it again.
This is outrageous. He is saying this to people's two beautiful ladies. Why, I must!
You must take matters into your own hands, Aldolfo.
Yes. I must take this groom into my hands and kill him.
Yes! No. Oh, no. Don't kill him. Just hurt him bad enough so we can't get married.
Show me to this groom. Wait.
What?
What kind of man is this groom? A big man?
Well,
A burly fellow?
he's big on the outside.
No. Adolfo will not fight big men. Small, pale, wheezy people that Adolfo can punch far away, but no big man.
So you're a lover, not a fighter.
Yes! Adolfo's a lover of beautiful ladies. Some say I'm the king of romance.
Well, you know what they say. The best way to get revenge back on a man is through his...
Door!
No. The best way to get revenge on a man is through his...
Window!
No. Revenge on a man through his...
Through his... There is no other ways. I'm not Santa Claus coming down through a chimney.
Through his woman.
Through his woman!
Yes, Adolfo, you must seduce his woman.
His woman!
His bride.
Adolfo make love to the bride. That will show people Adolfo is no scoundrel. Show me to this bride. Wait.
What?
What kind of woman is this bride? A big woman?
No.
A burly woman?
She's the cat's pajamas.
Pijamas?
She's a looker, an attractive woman.
Show me to this cat in pijamas. Adolfo make her
Stop it.
like a cat in pijamas.
Ah. Oh.
Rowan Bartelli chewing the scenery. You simply couldn't get away with a performance like that nowadays, could you? Mature contemporary audiences are too sophisticated for broad racial stereotypes. So we banished them to Disney. Let the children sort it out.
Underling!
Yes, madam.
The pastry chefs have been kind enough to provide liquor for the party. But remember, Underling, we have to be discreet.
Yes, madam.
We'll have to use code words. For instance, if someone asks for a glass of ice water, it really means they want a glass of vodka. Have you got that?
Yes, madam.
Are you sure? Maybe you want to write it down.
I understand, madam. A glass of ice water is a glass of vodka.
What's a glass of ice water?
Vodka,
Ice water?
vodka,
Ice?
vodka.
Well, you see, that's settled then. One less thing to do. Oh, Underling, might I please have a glass of ice water? I found our meeting with the pastry chefs rather trying, and I could use a refreshing glass of ice water.
Your ice water, madam.
That was pure vodka, you poop!
I hate this scene.
Well, now I do need a glass of ice water.
A glass of ice water, madam.
Yes, a glass of ice water. Oh, are you going deaf?
Would that I were. Your ice water, madam.
That was pure vodka, you poop!
You can see where this is going. It's really just a series of spit takes.
Your ice water, madam.
That was pure vodka, you poop!
You see, the Drowsey Chaperone was quite progressive. Actress playing the aviator, for instance.
Your ice water, madam.
That was pure vodka, you poop!
Yes, in some ways it was quite progressive. In others, it was quite stale for 1928. Do you mind if I just skip ahead? Okay.
Poop! Where do you think you're going?
To find some lime juice, madam.
Lime juice? For heaven's sake, why?
I'm going to wring out my eyebrows and make myself a gimlet.
Now, you may be asking yourself, what was a scene like that doing in The Drowsy Chaperone? Well, it's very simple. You see, there's a big scene coming up, and they needed time for the set to change. Oh, that's why any scene exists in a musical, to connect the bigger, more engaging production numbers.
In a few hours, I'm going to be Mrs. Robert Martin. important. Oh, my head is spinning.
Yes, life is a mad whirlwind.
Oh, I love this scene. This is the only scene in the whole show where Beatrice Stockwell and Jane Roberts are on stage together at the same time. Now, Jane Roberts was an emerging star, but Beatrice Stockwell was well established and a force to be contended with.
I'm so full of apprehension, but I guess that's normal considering the circumstances. Have you ever been married, Chaperone?
Oh, no, I drink for pleasure, not out of necessity.
Your ice water, madam. I'm afraid we're fresh out of olives.
Have you ever been married, underling?
Heavens no, madam. If I'm going to serve a woman, I prefer to be paid for my efforts.
Oh, you too. I know it seems crazy to give up a successful career to marry a man I hardly know, but somehow, for some reason, when I look into his eyes, his big, bunny eyes, gee, I get all woozy. And that's love, isn't it?
Not necessarily. I mean, the wooziness could be caused by any number of things. I mean, I'm woozy right now, and I'm certainly not in love.
Beatrice Stockwell was famous for rousing anthems. She played one in every major world conflict to inspire the troops, up including the Falklands War. But by that time, she was nearly 80, and her rousing anthems didn't so much as rouse as a stupefy. Yet, she demanded to have a rousing anthem in every show she ever did, even if it wasn't necessary. But you couldn't say no to her. That star power.
Really, you're not being the least bit helpful. Could you at least allay my fears with a few choice words of inspiration?
Inspiration? Really, dear, that's not my forte.
Yes, but if you just
Stumble along on life's funny journey. As we stumble along into the blue, we look here and we look there, seeking answers anywhere, never sure of where to turn or what to do. Still we bumble our way across life's crazy labyrinth. We know in left from right, nor right from wrong. And the best that we can do is hope a bluebird will sing his song as we stumble along.
That was quite nice, Chaperone, but I don't understand how it pertains to my situation.
Oh, let me explain.
Oh, that's not necessary. I suppose.
It's a dismal little world in which we live. It can bore you till you've nothing left to give. 7 overrated wonders, 7 underwhelming seas, 6 excruciating continents. Antarctica? Oh, please.
Antarctica, oh please.
Still, you mustn't let it lick ya. This planet, oh so bland. Keep your eyeball on the highball in your hand. As we stumble along across life's crowded dance floors, as we push and we shove, we live and we learn. And when we finally leave the bar and we see that morning star, we pull our bootstraps up and homeward turn. Then we stumble away through dawn's blinding sunbeams, barely knowing right from right, nor left from wrong. But as long as we can hear that little bluebird, there'll be a song as we stumble along, as we stumble
Don't you just love her? She basically sings a rousing anthem about alcoholism. Oh, that's another thing I love about Beatrice Stockwell. She does what she wants, when she wants, regardless of the needs and concerns of others. My mother was like that.
That was quite inspiring, Chaperone, but I'm so conflicted. Oh, please, just tell me. Is Robert the man for me?
Ugh, that is something you'll have to decide for yourself, my dear.
But I just need to know if he loves me.
Why don't you ask him? Why don't you say, "Oh, Roger, do you love me?"
It's Robert, and I'm not allowed to see him. In fact, it's your job to keep me away from him.
You're right, and I take that responsibility very seriously. I am, however, at this moment feeling terribly, terribly drowsy. I'm afraid I need to have a lie down. Now, no matter what you do, don't go wandering through the garden, searching for your fiancé to ask him the question upon which your future happiness depends.
Oh, thank you, Chaperone. I just need to know if he loves me.
Ugh, what a skinny little fool. Still, I envy her. Oh, when will love come crashing through my door?
In walks Adolfo, come to seduce the bride.
I am Adolfo.
Try not to think about the poodles during this part.
I am Adolfo, and you are bride.
No, I am not.
What? But this is bridal suite. You are only one here. Therefore, you must be bride.
Interesting argument, but I'm afraid you are a moron.
What?
Me? No. Bride. Perhaps I could take a message.
Yes, very good. Dear Van de Graaff bride, I must make love to you and transport you to a place of ecstasy. Sooner is better than later. Signed, Adolfo, King of Romance.
Well, you saw through my little ruse. You found me out.
Ah, so you are bride.
Apparently, yes. Take me, Adolphus.
No, not Adolphus. Adolfo! You must remember my name for when we are making love. You must say the right name or it will spoil everything. How can I make you remember? I'm sure that you have heard the name Adolfo. The ladies' man who wins the claim, Adolfo! Well, lovely miss, I am the same Adolfo. I introduce myself, I am Adolfo.
Nice to meet you, shall we?
Not so fast! So just in case you didn't hear Adolfo, I'll try to make it very clear, Adolfo. The lovely ladies always cheat Adolfo. When I repeat myself, I am Adolfo.
Understood.
I can sing it high, Adolfo. I can sing it low, Adolfo. I can sing it very fast, Adolfo. I can sing it very slowly. I do it now, but it would take hours. Now let us see if you can remember my name.
I'll give it a shot.
Now who's the fellow that you see?
Adolfo.
And how should you refer to me?
Adolfo.
And who is it I'll always be?
Adolfo.
Now sing it proudly.
You are Adolfo.
Now let me spell it out for you. For all you lovely little ladies who didn't hear for some reason, because maybe you are hard of hearing or something. I don't know. It goes da
That was my mother's favorite scene. She had a fantasy of falling in love with a Latin lover. Oh, not a real Latin lover, not some buffoon like Adolfo. And that's another thing I love about musicals. Falling in love at the drop of a hat, spontaneously tangoing. Oh, and finding yourself in insanely romantic settings.
I'm an accident waiting to happen. Don't worry, madam. It's my wedding day, so I have to wear a blindfold.
Oh, a blindfold?
I'm sorry, who am I speaking to anyhow?
Why, it's me. I mean, Mimi from France.
Oh, this scene is ridiculous.
So, you are marrying Janet Vandergraaf, no?
Oui.
I hear she's very beautiful.
Oui.
And glamorous.
Ah, oui, oui.
Is it true that she has an exceptionally broad range and excels at playing both comedic and dramatic roles?
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble placing your accent. What part of France did you say you were from?
The middle part, where they make the toast.
Ah.
So you were telling me about your, how do you say it in English? Fiancé?
Ooh, that's right.
Well, tell me, when was the moment you knew she was the only one for you?
It's a funny story, actually. We were standing on the Lido deck of the Isle de France.
Yes?
And I was amusing her with stories of my father's oil interests.
And then what happened?
Well, and then I looked into her eyes, her big glamorous eyes, and I felt all woozy.
And then you fell? And then you fell?
Yep, right on my keister. And that's when I said, I must not have my sea legs yet.
But we haven't left the dock.
That's what she said! And that's when I knew it must be love.
And then what happened?
Well, and then I said, there was a time I could stop on a dime. Forbearance was one of my talents. But since you've been around, I can't hold my ground. I'm consistently losing my balance. I'm an accident waiting to happen. A catastrophe about to ensue. I'm the toy on a stair, the three-legged chair, the hem that's been caught by a shoe. When my two lovesick arms started flapping, there was nothing my ankles could do. I'm an accident waiting to happen. So how be I happen to you?
And then what happened?
Well, and then she joined in.
When men say I'm sweet and they fall at my feet, my heart doesn't beat any faster. But when you lose control, it touches my soul. So I'm bracing myself for disaster. You're an accident waiting to happen, a catastrophe destined to be.
I'm the rags in the cellar,
A broken umbrella, a branch hanging loose from a tree. I can see myself jumping and clapping for a man who is dangerously. You're an accident waiting to happen, so hurry and happen to me. And then what happened?
and then we kissed.
You're an accident waiting to happen, so hurry and happen to Wait a minute! You kissed a French girl on our wedding day?
Oh no! What have I done? Wait, no, wait!
So, it seems like the blindfold and the fake French accent have led to a horrible misunderstanding. Will it work out in the end? Of course it will. It's a musical. Everything works out in musicals. Nothing works out in real life, and the the only people who break into song are hopelessly deranged.
Mr. Feltzig!
Where's that philandering foreigner?
Mr. Feltzig!
How hard can it be to seduce one bride?
Mr. Feltzig, you don't need Janet no more.
Kitty, not now.
I've been working on a mind reading act. Presenting Kitty the Incomprehensible. Now think of something.
Oh, I'm thinking of something all right.
Wait, I'm getting it. Pick up some milk and a loaf of rye bread, and don't forget to shave your legs.
You're reading your own mind, you idiot.
Oh, no wonder it was so easy.
Mr. Feltzig,
It would seem like the wedding's proceeding according to schedule.
now it's time you receive your just desserts. What do you say, partner? Should we whip up something special for Mr. Feltzig?
Yeah, how about the Toledo surprise?
An inspired choice.
Toledo surprise. Never heard of that.
No, you haven't. Those who have heard of it are generally never heard from again.
We'll share the recipe with you.
First, you chop the nuts,
Then you pound the dough,
then you bake it up nice and slow.
and then you got your Toledo.
Toledo surprise!
Could you run that by me again?
It's a very simple recipe, Mr. Feltzen.
First, you chop the nuts,
Then you pound the dough,
then you bake it up nice and slow.
and then you got your Toledo.
Toledo surprise! Say, why don't we give them a little taste?
Oh,
Whoa, hold it, hold it. Ah, whoa. What style, what grace, what rhythm. Open your fists. Now shake 'em. Now, give me that recipe one more time. Da 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 da. Go.
Chop the nuts, pound the dough, bake it up
Front.
nice and slow. Then you got a Toledo. Toledo surprise!
Now sell it.
Hit the peach, peel the skin, mush it up, throw it in. That's a tasty Toledo. Toledo surprise!
Now you're
First
cooking.
you beat it up, then you sweet it up. When you heat it up, if it tries to rise, don't let it, it's a snap. Try it folks, whip your whites, split your yolks, then you got a Splendido. Toledo surprise!
You boys are naturals.
honest?
Keep it up. I'll go work on the contracts. A 5, 6, 7, 8.
Mr. Feltzig! Ooh, what's going on here?
Kitty, I'm developing a new act.
Toledo surprise!
You're putting gangsters in the show and you won't put me in it? They're not even in the union!
You got it all wrong. The new act, it's for you, Kitty. And these boys are your backup dancers.
Backup dancers? Holy cats! What that hot Toledo does to my mojito. Good? Yes, mojito. Sugary yum yum. Surprise! Squeeze the cream, grease the pan, lick the spoon, flip the fan, mix your busty tuxedo. Toledo surprise!
Wait! Adolfo, he make announcement. Wedding is off!
What? For the love of God, why?
Adolfo's made love to the bride.
That's not the bride, you idiot. That's the chaperone.
What?
The wedding is on.
The wedding is off.
What?
Robert kissed a French girl. Her name is Mimi. She's very
I-
beautiful.
I'm sorry, Janet. I couldn't help it. She was just like you, only French. Sweet mother of pearl.
Underling,
Yes, madam.
what is all this commotion about?
The wedding, madam.
Oh, is there going to be a wedding?
Not anymore. Oh, what a tragedy. What a wonderful, wonderful tragedy. Clear the floor, boys. I'll show you how it's done. First you beat it up, then you sweet it up. When you heat it up, if it tries to rise, don't let it. Toledo surprise.
Surprise? Surprise?
Wait, let's ready.
Surprise?
Wait until it's ready.
Now it's looking ready.
Surprise!
You got it.
Makes me twitch, makes me shake. This dessert takes the cake, hits me like a torpedo.
Surprise! Surprise! Found the dough. Wake it up, nice and slow. Then you got a Toledo surprise. Then you got a Toledo, 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 then you got a Toledo. Surprise! Wait till it's ready, surprise! Wait till it's ready, surprise! That's a tasty Toledo surprise!
Why are we dancing when our life is in tatters?
I don't know, but the tune is so infectious.
Oh, Robert, this is the saddest day of my life.
So, that's the end of Act 2. The curtain falls and it's time for intermission. At least it would be if we were actually sitting in the Morosco Theater watching the Drowsey Chaperone, which of course we are not. I hate intermission. They destroy the magic, you know. They yank you back into reality. One moment you're in a world of romance and music, and then bang, in the lobby surrounded by tourists. Ooh. Crinkling candy bar wrappers and nattering about the lack of women's restrooms. It's cruel. It's a power bar. Oh, I have a blood sugar issue. I have to eat small meals throughout the day or I get jittery. I know it's rude, but you wouldn't like the alternative, believe you me. Believe you me. I remember my wedding day. I didn't have breakfast, and the ceremony wasn't until 4 in the afternoon. I do. Are you surprised I was married? Well, there you go. You shouldn't go making assumptions about people now, should you? I'm a very complicated person. Now, Act 2 of the Drowsy Chaperone begins with this. A haunting lament from a very depressed bride. She sings it standing on her balcony, bathed in the pale blue light of a sympathetic moon, which doesn't make any sense because it's the middle of the day. Now, while you're listening to this, try to ignore the lyrics. I know, it'll be difficult, but the tune is just so beautiful. Just ignore the lyrics.
I put a bunny on a pedestal and tried tried to make that bunny stay. And he sat on the top, but he needed to hop and with other bunnies play far away. He left his carrot on that pedestal beside his pellets in a cup. And I haven't got the strength to pick them up. Oh, bunny, 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 you broke my heart in two. But I'll always save that pedestal for you.
I'm gonna pour myself a brandy.
Come, my funny bunny. Come, my funny bunny.
The melody's so beautiful. It just floats in the air. And I must confess, I always get a little misty thinking of that half-eaten carrot on the pedestal with little bunny droppings.
Oh, bunny, 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 you broke my heart in two. But I'll always save that
Pedestal.
for you. Come, my funny bunny. Come, my funny bunny.
Now, she really lets go here.
Wait a minute.
Who are you?
I'm Janet Vandergraft.
Do you need anybody?
I don't need anyone.
What about the love of one man?
What do I care about the love of one man when I am adored by millions? Do I need to be so gloomy? No, no, no. I could rule the world if so I chose. Sigmund Freud's flowers to me every show. Gertrude's died, she handed me a rose.
Now it picks up.
I'm Janet Vandergraft. Ain't no nail that I can't hammer. Why give up a life of glamour? Life of glamour, life of glamour. No!
I love this part. She's having a complete mental breakdown.
Bunny, bunny, bunny. I'm an accident waiting to happen. I don't want to show off no more. I don't want to spread mirth no more. Be the greatest on earth no more. I don't wanna, I wanna, I don't wanna, I wanna, I don't, I do, I don't, I do. I don't wanna show off. And I think sure, Janet future is secure. Janet millions will do just fine. But any future I could ever care to shape include just 1 2-time cat who drives me mad. Oh, Robert, what a fool I've been. A hapless fool. I know now that I love you, but I've thrown it all away. I love you, Bunny. But is love enough? Is love ever enough? I ask the stars above. Is it the bunny or my pedestal? I love.
Don't you just love that number? It has a little bit of everything. A little Bugsby Berkeley, a little Looney Tunes. And that's another thing I love about musical theater. When the character's in crisis, they sing, they dance, which is so much more entertaining than just whining about it. Oh, That is what I'm talking about. That's life. You manage to be happy for 5 seconds, and then a telephone starts ringing.
Oh, what a beautiful day for a wedding. Shall I have the pews removed now, or do you prefer I wait until morning?
Sorry, I don't want this scene to be interrupted by a ringing telephone. Oh, this scene is quite spectacular. Here we have two vaudeville performers who have slipped through the cracks of time. Noel Fitzpatrick and Ukulele Lil. Now, Ukulele Lil, I'm assuming, play the ukulele. I don't know much about them. But she does in this show, so. Oh, I tried to find more about them. I went through all my books. I even tried the internet. But all my searches just ended with photos of Tiny Tim's autopsy. Anyway, it's a very charming number.
Why would you have the pews removed?
The bride is called off the wedding, madam.
Oh, underling, never listen to a bride on her wedding day. Love is a very complex emotion.
Yes, madam.
You can be very close to someone 1 minute, and the next, why, you just want to strangle them! Do you understand?
I'm familiar with the urge to strangle, yes.
You see, that's just the nature of love. Love makes lovers worry, love makes lovers fret. But here's a fact on which we can depend. Just like long ago when Romeo loved Juliet, love is always lovely in the end.
Might I remind you, madam, that Romeo and Juliet was a tragedy?
Oh, I never read reviews. Love can start a quarrel, love can cause a din, but love has always been a trusty friend. 'Twas a happy fate for Hank VIII and Anne Boleyn. Love is always lovely in the end.
But Anne Boleyn lost her head.
Yes, she was in love. Love was good to Eve and Adam.
Here we go again.
And Samson and Delilah too.
Good grief, may I pose a question, madam?
Why, yes, of course.
Why does nothing I say to you ever get through?
Don't mind if I do. Love is always lovely in the end.
Oh, I found that quite taxing, madam. Excuse me while I have some ice water.
Love sneaks up behind you, love drops from above. Love would never consciously offend. Love has certainly been kind to me, my true love. Love is always lovely in the end.
But your late husband was a brute.
I don't mean him, you silly coot.
Oh,
Love is always lovely.
lovely, lovely, lovely.
Love is always lovely in the end. Love is always lovely in the end.
Yes, that number was charming, but can I be frank? That number really pisses me off. And let me just say something here. Yes, I have been drinking, but let me just go out on a limb and say, is love always lovely in the end? No, it's not. Often in the end, there are lawyers. Love is always lovely in the end. Is it just me? I guess what I'm trying to say is that number is naive and irresponsibly so. Sorry. Something just needed to be said for the benefit of the youth. I promise not to interrupt anymore. Oh, but there's a moment coming up that's fascinated me more than any other.
Chaperone,
in a terrible state.
Oh, you certainly are. You can't go to the wedding looking like that.
Oh, you poor dear, haven't you heard? The wedding's been called off.
Oh, not your wedding, mine. Oh, that reminds me, might I borrow your veil?
You're getting married, but to whom?
Well,
Ah, beautiful lady with baffled expression.
You're marrying Aldolfo?
I know it's surprising, but when I look into his eyes, his big, clumsy eyes, I get all drowsy. And that's love, isn't it?
Jess, dear, that is love. Help me!
There you are. All right. I'm going to put my cards on the table. I've got a weak heart. I can't take the pressure. Will someone just tell me, is there going to be a wedding or not?
Yes.
Oh, thank the good Lord in
Aldolfo
heaven.
and the chaperone are getting married.
What?
You are? I have wonderful news. There's going to be a wedding.
Yes, we know.
You know?
Yes, we just heard.
But who told you?
I did.
But how did you know?
What difference does it make?
Mrs. Tottendale and I are to be married in the garden at 7:30 this evening.
What?
What? Oh, yes.
Congratulations to everyone.
Say, what kind of a cockamamie wedding is this? Everyone getting married except the bride and the groom. There you are.
Oh, Janet, I've been looking everywhere for you.
Hello, Mr. Martin.
Oh, please don't be that way. Can't you find it in your heart to marry me? It is our wedding day after all. George has gone to all this trouble, and I do love you more than I can say.
But you kissed another woman.
Yes, and I can't quite understand it. I know this may sound ridiculous, but when I was kissing that French girl, I was like I was kissing you.
Oh, Robert, you were kissing me.
Wait, you're Mimi? Well, that French accent is remarkably accurate.
Thank you. I developed it while playing the role of Monique in Hold That Baguette.
There you are. Before you do anything, think about this. No matter how well you play the part of the happy wife, you'll never, ever get a standing ovation.
Oh, I just don't know. I'm so confused. Oh, chaperone, please, I beg you, just this one time, give me some advice that is coherent and appropriate to the situation. Should I marry Robert?
Now, this is it. Not only the accumulation of the plot, but the moment that I've come back to time and time again.
well, my advice to you is
Here it comes. Listen.
while you can.
You can't quite make out what she's saying because someone drops a cane. I'll play it for you again.
While you can.
She's saying, live while you can, or leave while you can.
While you can.
I mean, it's Beatrice Stockwell after all, so it could just be a cynical quip. But it is a wedding, and that's exactly what you say when you're standing at the altar, right? Live or leave. And you have to live because you do love her in some ways. It's not an exact science. There's not some arrow that comes out of the sky and points to the one that you're supposed to be with. So you say, I love you, but you phrase it as a question, and she accepts it as fact, and then suddenly she's standing in front of you in a $3,000 dress, and her nephew's made the hoopah. But you can't say, no, I was kidding, I was joking. Can you? You live. You choose to live. And you're staring at that alien life form in your bed, saying in your mind, who are you? Who are you? Till one time you say it out loud. And you're constantly redefining, reevaluating, revisiting the whole relationship before it ends on a particularly ugly note, with your only copy of Gypsy flying through the sky and flashing on a wall. But in a larger sense, in a broader sense, it's better to have lived than left. Right? Am I right?
While you can.
You have no idea how many times I've listened to that.
Well, Chaperone, you certainly have a way with words. Robert, my answer is yes. I will marry you.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
Well, Mr. Felty, it looks like this wedding is a done deal.
Now you're in a truffle.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
But there is. I found a replacement. A new leading lady. Presenting Kitty the Incredible. Now, Kitty, concentrate and show the boys how you can read my mind. My mind.
Kitty, will you marry me?
Yes, Mr. Felton, yes!
Isn't she amazing?
Oh, that's so
Well, what are we waiting for? You ladies go put on your frillies. We'll all get married in one big clump. That's how they do it in Utah. Well, George, you really managed to pull it off. 4 weddings in one day. I guess you're everybody's best man now.
I am.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I am.
Yeah.
Hip, hip.
Hooray! He's George, that's George, the best man, George. I'm honored to be doing what a best man ought. He's basking in the glory of a fight well fought. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime, wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding time. Wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding. Minister, you may begin. Oh shoot, I forgot the minister.
George, one thing that I needed you to do.
Who the hell are you?
I'm Trix, ABA Trix, queen of the sky. To Rio I was wending when my engine needed mending. I'll fix my navigatrix, and then I'll fly and let you lovebirds tie the knot. So sorry to crash the party, folks, but we'll have this fixed in 2 shifts, and then it's off to Rio for Carnival.
Wait, the captain of a ship can perform a marriage.
Yes. And a pilot is comparable to a captain.
Yes.
And an airplane is a kind of cheap.
What?
A cheap
Huh?
of the air.
I'm
What?
so sorry.
Some people call it an air cheap.
Oh, shit! Yes! Wait, I got it. Trix, you can marry them all on the plane, and then we'll have a honeymoon in Rio.
Yes! A bride and groom in a chapel may bring a tear to the eye. But what a thrill when lovebirds trill, I do in the sky. When vows are said in a meadow, the bees and the butterflies sigh. But heartbeats rush when sweethearts gush, I do in the sky. Do you?
We do.
Do you? We do. Do you?
We do.
Do you? We do. A bride and groom in a chapel may bring a tear to the eye. With the rainbows bending before us and clouds meandering by, one can't restrain that sweet refrain. I do in the sky. But heartbeats rush when sweethearts gush. I do in the sky. I do in the sky.
Look up ahead. Do you see it? Could it be? Yes, it's Rio. Well, hurry up, Trix. We've got some honeymooning to do. Then fly,
I knew how it done.
Oh no! Oh. Everybody, it's a horribly old apartment with a faulty fuse box. Oh, just keep the show alive. Everyone, be silent.
It's the super! Hi.
Hello.
Your lights are off.
Yes.
Yeah, we had to shut the power off because we're replacing the breaker panel in the basement.
Yes.
So we replaced it, but when we turned the power off, the breakers in all the apartments tripped.
Yes.
That's what happens. That's normal.
Yes.
So I gotta reset your breakers.
Oh, now.
Yes, it'll only take a second.
Oh, all right.
Because I tried calling earlier before, but there was no answer.
Oh, I've been having problems with my phone.
Here we go.
Nothing. It's just music.
What kind of music is that?
A record. A show. A musical.
You like musicals.
No.
I love musicals. I go with the wife all the time. It's amazing what they can do nowadays. Did you see Miss Saigon? They landed a helicopter on stage in that one.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen them all. I've seen Cats,
Well-
Miss, Saturday Night Fever, but I
Goodbye now. One note away from the end of the show and it's ruined. The whole mood's broken. I should just start the record over from the beginning. Oh. I can't I? It's just so frustrating. I just love the show so much. And I haven't even seen it. My mother gave me the record, and it was right before our father left us. He didn't leave because of the record, but I'm sure it didn't help matters. Look, I know it's not a perfect show. The spectate scene is lame, and the bunny motif is labored. But it does what a musical is supposed to do. It takes you to another world and gives you a little tune to carry with you in your head for escaping the dreary horrors of the real world. When you're feeling blue, you know? As we stumble along on life's funny journey, as we stumble along into the blue, we look here and we look there, seeking answers anywhere, never sure of where to turn or what to
I'm an accident waiting to happen.
bumble our way.
I don't want to sing tunes no
through
more.
life's crazy
Wedding
labyrinth.
bells will ring, wedding bells will chime.
Toledo
Love
will
song is
cry,
lovely.
right.